Hello everyone, and welcome to the midterm updates of the SCORP International Team term 2016-2017. These updates are usually done during the General Assemblies, but we thought that we would try to save some time from the sessions and also allow for more members to see them by doing a video update this time. So you will see some short videos presented by each of the members of the International Team. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them here or email us. And also we look forward to get your feedback afterwards, so let's see how this goes. My name is Jessica, I am the current SCORP Director, and overall I feel that the work this year has been going according to the plan. There have been some challenges, but I think the team is doing well. And if you would like to see my annual working plan, feel free to contact me, or you can look in the post. One of the main pillars of my plan was sustainability, so therefore I've worked to try to create some templates and structures for reports and forms and different common processes, and this will hopefully also benefit the future generations. I have tried to encourage and facilitate for other team members to document and evaluate their work, and I am currently also working on evaluating our progress according to the SCORP strategic plan. So for regional empowerment and work, obviously mostly the regional assistants are responsible, and I'm trying to support as much as I can. I also had the pleasure of participating in the Americas regional meeting and in the Eastern Mediterranean regional meeting, which was really nice. When it comes to capacity building, we have worked on creating accessible resources, so I'm trying to regularly update the Scorpions folder with campaign materials, manuals, and other things that might be good to have for you. And you can access this folder by asking your NORP or by asking your regional assistant. For the plans that we've set up regarding the training new human rights trainers, TNHRT, I believe that our development assistant Agana will tell you a bit more. And for SCORP Camp, we have of course worked on promoting and selecting a host. We had 3 very amazing applicants, and in the end we selected, as you might know, a SM called Colombia, so congratulations Colombia. We've revised the application sheet and the selection methodology, and these are subject to further revision as well during the year. And we've also had some thoughts regarding the future of SCORP Camp, how to improve it even more. This will be discussed during the General Assembly. You can also ask your NORP for more information or check the SCORP email server. And I have done my best to offer continuous support to national member organizations wishing to host SCORP-related workshops. And we have also planned some workshops for the General Assemblies and regional meetings. So far this year, we have had 4 internationally recognized TNHITs in Colombia, Austria, Greece, and Algeria. And there have been sub-regional trainings also with human rights for the medical practitioner in the Netherlands and international training on disaster medicine during the pre-Eastern Mediterranean regional meeting in Lebanon. For impact and activities, I have tried to establish a good contact with the program coordinators of SCORP-related programs, and we are very happy to have several program coordinators and program representatives contributing to our sessions at this March meeting. We have also started to look into other areas of intersection outside of the traditionally SCORP-related programs and discuss how the program structure can be improved. This will be further addressed also during the March meeting and in the near future, so stay tuned. For Go SCORP, I'm very happy that we have finally started another small working group led by Alba, one of the co-regional assistants for Europe, where we are trying to set forth some regulations and define what this actually is. In short, we are trying to streamline the process to ensure quality and also to make it easier for NMOs to arrange it and for members to participate. And lastly, but not the least, we have transparency and communication, where we have tried to continue on the legacy from last year. And apart from sharing monthly international team reports, we have decided to share short meeting protocols after each international team meeting. And furthermore, we have introduced the possibility of being an observer at SCORP International Team online meetings in order to increase member involvement and transparency even more. We are also trying to implement a better system for decision-making by allowing members to participate in as many decisions as possible, such as activity regulations, which have traditionally been defined by the international team. And we are trying to improve the decision-making methodology, and we will evaluate this after the General Assembly. For the international team, we have had monthly online meetings since October, and I've tried to ensure good communication within the team with monthly follow-up of each individual depending on their needs. And I will leave it up to the rest of the international team to tell you more about their work. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Marian Sedlak. I'm Liaison Officer for Human Rights and Peace Issues, and this is my midterm update. So I really hope you will enjoy this, guys, and I will try to recap my previous 4 and 5 months in my term. So let's go. At first, I would like to explain a little bit more about the work of the liaison officer. So I actually represent IFMSA and SCORP and medical students towards the external world. Well, what does it mean, external world? Basically, it's all of the organizations, individuals, and processes which are out there for the IFMSA and for us to be involved in. So, for example, I create opportunities for members and medical students to participate in those meetings, processes. I coordinate IFMSA delegations in those things, and I invite, for example, externals to our IFMSA meetings, and I advocate for our beliefs and stances and positions towards the other stakeholders. So I'm basically guided in my work by 2 different tools. The first one is my annual working plan, and the second one is our strategy, which is called Global External Focus Areas, which shows us how to prioritize and which strategy to use when we are doing our external work in the IFMSA. For me, as SCORP member, the relevant areas are humanitarian action and refugees and migrants' rights and health, although you can see that we have more external areas in which other standing committees are working in. So when it comes to events I attended during the previous 4 and 5 months, the first one was United Nations General Assembly and the High-Level Summit on Refugees and Migrants, which I attended like even before my term, but I started some of my LRP work there. So then I continued with the United Nations Forum on Human Rights, Democracy and Rule of Law. Then it was the event in Paris, Global Educations Towards the World of Solidarity. And right now, actually, I'm preparing for the next external event, which is called Global Consultation on Migration and Health in Colombo in Sri Lanka. So I'll attend it just before the March meeting. I have also attended all the team of officials meetings and the pre-EMR and EMR regional meeting. During the pre-EMR, I have conducted the international training on disaster medicine, and during the EMR, like many other sessions. So, about my work, basically the backbone of our advocacy and external work in SCORP are our policy statements. You can see them in the slide right now. You can see that we have quite a lot of them, but all of them needs to be updated because during the August meeting in Mexico, we accepted changes in our bylaws. So the structure of our policy document changed a lot. For this March meeting, there are 3 new proposals. The first one about policy documents, like 3 new proposals. The first one is protection of health services. The second one is ensuring access to medical and humanitarian aid. And the third one is access to safe water and sanitation. So after the March meeting, we'll see if they were accepted or not. About advocacy initiatives I've done, the first one was communique or short statement on protection of healthcare released in November 2016. Then it was communique and the same communique or short statement on migrants and refugees' health released in January 2017. Then I've participated in many WHO Executive Board meeting statements in the creation of them. I also co-created a children's rights statement with many other organizations, and I've provided input to several WHO processes related to human rights and peace issues and in this area. Well, going to humanitarian action, what have we done? We signed the MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, with the International Committee of the Red Cross. We have been involved extensively in the Compact for Young People in Humanitarian Action in 2 working areas. We have done many workshops during the IFMSA events on humanitarian action, protection of health services, disaster risk reduction. We are starting a huge international advocacy activity on involvement of disaster medicine in medical curricula in cooperation with the United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction. And we have also started the Sendai process evaluation. IFMSA have made voluntary commitments to Sendai framework for disaster risk reduction. So we are trying to evaluate it right now. with refugees and migrants' health and rights. We have participated in the UN Summit for Refugees and Migrants. We have started many regional advocacy activities, and we have done some workshops during the IFMSA events. And we are having interns in UNRWA, which is the United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestinian refugees. We are attending right now the conference on migrants' health, and we are also trying to be involved in the creation of global compact on migration and refugees. So hopefully we'll continue during the next part of my term. Here we can see some partners we are actively collaborating with, and also about the planned external events for the next year. So you can see that we will take a part in the second annual Compact for Young People in Humanitarian Action meeting. Then we'll have possibly the delegation for Global Platform for Disaster Risk Reduction, and then we will have delegation for UNHCR annual NGO consultation in Geneva, and we have also the delegation for ECOSOC Humanitarian Affairs segment in Geneva also. So stay tuned for many informations coming up in the upcoming weeks and days. And if you have any questions on my work or anything you would like to ask me about our external representation in human rights and peace issues, just write me an email at lrp@ifmsa.org. Thank you very much for watching this video. Bye-bye.
Hi guys, my name is Agona and I'm a SCORP Development Assistant for the term 2016-17. And I'm going to give you a brief overview of the work I've done so far in this term. So, when I started this term, I had 4 main goals. The first was to increase the quality of THRT. The second was to organise and make easily accessible all our capacity building resources. The third was to increase the sustainability and efficiency of SCORP Camp. And the fourth was to improve our evaluation process. So far this term, I focused mostly on 2 elements of these 4 goals. 1, THRT, and 2, SCORP Camp. So, THRT. The main goal was to increase the consistency and quality of THRTs, which are done around the world. In order to do this, what we did is that we sent a call out for a small working group to update the THRT manual and to create a new set of THRT regulations. We thought we needed regulations so that anybody who does a THRT knows exactly what needs to be done in order for it to be a THRT, and that's both for the OC, for the trainers, and for the participants. So the call went out in October, and we selected 7 very motivated people, and we've been working for the last few months, and we've created a final draft of THRT regulations, which will be presented to you at the March meeting in Montenegro. With the THRT manual, we're still working on that, and hopefully that should be done in a few months. Now, moving on to SCORP Camp. As probably most of you know, the selection process for SCORP Camp 2017 is over, and Columbia won. Woo. What we tried to do this year is make sure that the selection process was more transparent and had more involvement with the members. So to that end, we had a call for input for questions during the interview for SCORP Camp applicants. And moving forward, we intend to create, or to update, the SCORP Camp manual. At the March meeting in Montenegro, we're going to have a small working group about SCORP Camp, so we can have input from members about how we can improve SCORP Camp moving forward. Also, during preparation, we're going to be working very closely with the host for 2017, as well as other hosts, the previous hosts as well, in order to for them to input into that manual as well. Successes that I've had this year, I think I'm really happy with how SCORP Camp selection went and how THRT regulations have been done. I'm very happy with the Facebook group we have for THRT trainers, which we modelled on the TNT Facebook group as well. Moving forward for the rest of the year, the focus is going to shift onto kind of our resources and how to make that more accessible for our trainers, and completely overhauling the current system we have with how we store our materials for capacity building. And like I said in the beginning, trying to work on improving our evaluation processes. So I hope that's been a very useful overview, and if you have any questions, you can always email me or maybe see me at March meeting. Tschüss!
Hello dear all, my name is José Chen, I'm the SCORP General Assistant for this term, and I'm from Portugal. For this term, I defined some aims and objectives. First of all, I wanted to increase visibility of SCORP activities around the world. I wanted to increase contact and participation of Scorpions. And the third one was to improve the quality and organization of international commemorative days celebrations. I was elected on mid-October, and right after that, I began working on the SCORP IT presentation video. Afterwards, I launched a call for the small working group for the World Human Rights Day, and we released together a manual which contained some suggested activities for the World Human Rights Day on a national and local level, as well as some international ones, which were Humans of SCORP, the video, the picture competition, the infographics, the profile picture for Facebook, and also a webinar which was held one day after the World Human Rights Day. The report was released 1 month after, in January, and you can find it on the SCORP server or on the Scorpions folder. Aside from that, I was working together with SCORA on the World AIDS Day for their manual and the quiz, as well as with the program coordinator for the Children's Health and Rights on a quiz to celebrate Universal Children's Day. I also worked on a newsletter. The first template was sent to the SCORP IT on November, and the first edition was released on December. I'm now working on the second edition of this newsletter. I began working on the SCORP Activities database in November, December, and I talked to the RAs to collect activities from all the regions. So contact your regional assistant so that you can provide them input about your activities. And now I'm building the website so that we can release it really soon, I hope. And that's it. Now I'm preparing TNHRT and for the pre-GA and the SCORP sessions in the March meeting. So that's it. The next steps are releasing the newsletter, the SCORP Activities database, the summer guide event, and the next editions of the newsletters. Thank you all.
Hi, I'm Pamela, the Scorpion Assistant of the Americas. So what has been going on in SCORP until now? We have 23 active NMOs, 2 of them are kind of new, so we've been helping out with their questions, with their problems, how everything works, how everything is needed to be done in order for them to work as good as the other NMOs. We've been explaining and trying to implement the programs along the region. It's been kind of hard, but I know we will reach it someday. I've been helping with the handover of the NORBs. Until now, there have been like 80% of the NMOs who have already had their handover, and everything has been going perfect. Every question, every problem they may have has been solved out. There was a regional campaign for the World Human Rights Day, where all our NORBs recorded a little video about explaining what were the human rights for them. We've also participated in their international campaign and all the activities that were planned for this day. We've already had our regional meetings, so since the creation of the sessions team, planning of the sessions, having the sessions, the participants were awesome. From my point of view, the American regional meeting in SCORP and also out of SCORP was amazing. All the things discussed about, all the NMOs, all the participation was awesome. Now the challenge is to spread all the things we have learned there, all the things were discussed, to spread them to our NMOs and to our countries. At this time, along the March meeting sessions team, we'll be planning the sessions for the March meetings. So the regional sessions will be something about parts 2 of the regional meeting, where we will talk about how to bring to life all the things that were discussed, how to make them work. We've been helping to get field activities database, our general assistant Jose is doing. We have had until now the 50% of our NORPs fill it out. It's really good, but we are still missing the other 50%, so we will keep working with that. Our biggest thing for the term is we're going to have the SCORP Camp in America. Our amazing host in SCORP, Asencol, and the guys from Colombia. You will not want to miss this. All the workshops, all the things. It's an opportunity for our Green Llamas and everyone that is invited to come and grow in SCORP, know about how everything is done, know about human rights, about medical ethics. Everything will be awesome. So what are we missing? This month we will have the personal online meetings with NORPs to see how their term is going, how their activities are doing. Now that they know about the programs, how to enroll in them. We will think of activities and we'll try to make them grow, make them have more impact in order for them to enroll it in the programs. We will feel and participate in all the things Michael, our LRP, has been planning to make the SCORP grow and to help in the involvement of the participants. The March meeting is coming, the SCORP Camp is coming, the August meeting is coming, so we have a lot of surprises coming on. Having worked all this time with all the regional and international team has been amazing, and I'm so thrilled and excited to see what SCORP is planning for us. Thank you for being so nice, so good. Keep working as good as you have been until now. And I hope to meet you soon. Thank you.
Everyone, my name is Agim Rabo and I'm the SCORP Regional Assistant for Asia Pacific. Asia Pacific region has 14 SCORP active NMOs. Many of them are relatively young, where IFMSA Hong Kong and IFMSA Uzbekistan is the new SCORP in Asia Pacific. Most of us face different human rights issues, but there are areas we have in common, such as disaster management and reduction, non-discriminatory healthcare, and women's and children's health and rights. And then what I've done as the regional assistant for the past 5 months. The first one is to create a communication platform with NORP. In order to create a good relationship and communication with NORPs, we have 3 communication platforms. The first one, for the official communication, we use email. For the unofficial or social communication, we use WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger. The second one is online meeting. We already have one, and we plan to have another online meeting next month. The third one is SCORP information. In this point, I want to make sure that NORPs and members get any important information about SCORP, so they can keep up to date with SCORP in international level. The fourth one is SCORP Beyond involvement. In this point, I want to make sure that NORP and members from Asia Pacific can get involved to fill the form that maybe SCORP international team or someone else share to us. The fifth one is SCORP assessment. Together with Asia Pacific team, we create some kind of assessment form. For SCORP, it contains the NHRT, human rights issue, and many more. Sixth one is SCORP database. In this database, there are 3 items that contain in the database. The first one is NORP database. The second one is the NHRT database, and the third one is activity database. Unfortunately, not all of our NORPs fill it the database, so I hope that they can fill it as soon as possible. The second one is March meeting, APRM, and action preparation. For March meeting, together with SCORP international team and Asia Pacific team, we prepare a SCORP session, international and regional one. The second one is the APRM. Right now we work on the preparation with the organization committee from Kazakhstan, and the third one is action with the organization committee from Indonesia. The eighth one is TNHRT. I want to make sure that NORP understand how to conduct TNHRT on IFMSA level. The ninth one is Scorpion's knowledge. I already created a PowerPoint file that contains SCORP related information based on SCORP manual, and the last one is campaign. I want to make sure that Asia Pacific participate in every campaign that SCORP has had conduct, such as Human Rights Day in December. Okay, I think that is what I can share it to you as SCORP Regional Assistant for Asia Pacific and about SCORP Asia Pacific. I hope Asia Pacific can be better in the future, and if you have anything to ask, do not hesitate to contact me. Thank you.
Hi everyone, so my name is Sarah. I'm the Regional Assistant to the East Mediterranean region for SCORP this year, and I'm going to give you a brief overview of the work that I've been doing for the past 4 months, starting with NMO support and empowerment. So basically at the beginning of the term, I started with a baseline assessment for each NORB through individual and group OLMs in order to assess the strengths and weaknesses that each NMO is currently facing, if they had any plans already for the region or for their NMOs during the term, and to assess the status of trainings and trainers related to human rights and peace in order to see what to focus on. This year, we also have a new addition to the SCORP and IFMSA family, which is SIMSA Syria, and they have done phenomenal work, so shout out to them. And shout out to all of my NORBs because they've been really awesome. Second aspect of work is work for the regional meeting. The EMR 13 was held in Beirut between the 1st and 4th of February. And basically 2 months prior to the meeting, I selected the sessions team, and together we worked on creating the sessions, planning, agenda, details, survival kit, anything to make sure that everything was ready. And thankfully enough, we had 30 participants from all around the region. It was a great opportunity to see what work the region was up to in terms of rights and peace, and to focus on some of the topics that are less discussed within the region and that the region is currently lacking. The third aspect of work is work with international team, and basically as part of the IT, my job is to make sure my NORBs are receiving all of the forms, all of the opportunities and emails, etc., to make sure that we have equal input from all around the world in anything that we work on, and to provide input myself on any selection processes, policy documents, policy statements, etc. And as part of the international team, I'm also part of the sessions team for the March meeting. So I'm helping with that, making sure that all of the sessions are planned and helping logistically wherever I can. And we hope to see you in Montenegro. And last but not least, the work within the regional team was basically more emphasized before the EMR. We were helping each other, supporting each other for our sessions and collaborating for joint sessions as well, and making sure everything was ready. And that's it for now, basically. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me, and hope to see you in Montenegro.
Hello everyone, my name is Alba, I'm from Catalonia, and I am the SCORP Regional Assistant for Europe.
Hi there, my name is Baru, and I'm one of the RAs for Europe in SCORP together with Alba.
Today we want to give you a quick overview of what our work has been for the past few months. So first of all, we created a baseline assessment for the European NORBs, and after gathering the data, we had individual online meetings with them in order to know their needs and expectations and how can we support them in the best way during the term. Also, we've created some new initiatives like the Activity of the Month contest, which aims to improve activity sharing between the NORBs within the region, and so far it has been great. Also, we want to really congratulate the NORBs because it has been super nice to work with you. You are amazing and you're doing an awesome work, so just keep doing things this way, and we hope we can continue working together.
So one of the most exciting things we've been working on is the Human Rights for Medical Practitioner workshop that we'll be delivering in IFMSA. So this workshop will enable participants to learn about how to apply human rights and ethical principles to the medical practice. It's a workshop that we've been doing in other events, so it also happened in March meeting in Malta, and it's been running through some other SRTs. So this time we're going to be focusing as well on the migrant population as a vulnerable group. So we're really excited to do that workshop in Turkey later on this year. And one of the best things about the workshop is the fact that we've been able to get some funding from the European Youth Foundation, which is part of the Council of Europe. And through this grant, they're going to be able to fund 2 of our main activities. So one of this is this training that I've mentioned, and another one will be the NORB Weekend, which is going to happen in Madrid in May, and it will bring NORBs from all over Europe to meet in Madrid and be able to work together and update each other on what we're doing. In addition to this work, we've always been working very closely with the Euro team, and we've been having very regular online meetings. We've been talking about preparations for IFMSA. We've also attended the Euro Fest, which happened in Maastricht and was organized by the European Youth Forum, and brought together youth from around Europe to celebrate the European bodies and the 25th anniversary of the Treaty of Maastricht.
We've also been part of the GA sessions team, so we've been working on our sessions and including the regional sessions. And we are also preparing for the Reach Me sessions. And I am also working as the SCORP Small Working Group Coordinator with the Unicorns amazing team. And it has been great. We've been working on the SCORP regulations, which you'll be able to give input to during the DGA. This is all from us. We hope this has been useful. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact us or to approach us during the March meeting. And huge thanks to everyone, and hope to see you soon in Montenegro. Bye.